Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and this is a GW Panther, the Tier 7 German SPG, and we're located on the westbourne of Paris. I think it's the westbourne. Maybe, yes, I think it is the westbourne of Paris. And the name of the driver is Goliath Killer 1. Okay, he's headed north. Or is it? No, actually, I'm reading this wrong in terms of position. Yep, he is on the westbourne. Yes, he is headed north, and he's just moved into a firing position. I thought it was the eastbourne, actually, to start with. Shows how wrong I was. Now, Lorraine 40 ton, sitting out there in the open, and he's going to get whacked. And he did! Massively so. And huge amounts of stun assist generating from that shot there. That Lorraine really made a bit of a... That was a bit of a dozo or bozo effort there. He's come well far forward to try and proxy spot the people behind that rock, but he's going to get wiped out. Now, unfortunately, Goliath Killer can't actually get a resolution on him because he's just too close. But he can certainly hit those guys there, and he's indicating target on a Rudy. Round out. And he gets a lovely hit there. 87 hit points. Hasn't picked up any stun assist because I think the Rudy actually pulled back directly after the shot went in. Well, it was only 87 hit points. Actually, I think it was a splash directly in front of the Rudy. You can see the crater there. That's one of the new effects I do like as well, that when an Arty shell lands, it does actually create a crater in the ground. And that's exactly what you would expect in reality. You wouldn't just see a small explosion and a brown mark on the ground. You'd actually see a crater appear in the ground. Unfortunately, they can't do that over the entire map in terms of keep these craters appearing and keep the craters there, because obviously the game map has to change. But he's got a bit of a red line there. He fired the round out anyway, but there was a red line. Now, I'm not sure if he actually did hit the target there, but he's altered his position just slightly. Now, with this changed map, actually, it does have a more of a well, say, worked on industrial look on the Paris map, and that MT25 is taking a bit of a risk there, and he took a hit and died. Took a huge risk making that foray into the centre. Now he's got a 22.44 second reload on the GW, which is actually quite short considering this is a tier 7 Arty, remember. 15cm howitzer. It's almost as good a reload speed as the M44. And he does hit the target, and he wiped out the Rudy. He actually set fire to him. That's why there was a... you didn't see the Rudy, and then all of a sudden he did appear. He actually set fire to him and took him out that way. Well, now that will collect some hit points off that one. So he's now got 2 kills. Dialed in. Looking for a target. Looking for the tracer. Tracer is a lot more visible in this game. So if the enemy Arty is hiding in the normal places, we'll see the tracer. That's why you need to relocate on certain maps. No, that went long. He fired a little too late. You need to fire just before the Cromwell's about to move through the firing point, or the aiming point, because otherwise it was going to miss. And that Cromwell's coming in, it's making a very bold move. He's going to have to shotgun defend himself here because the Cromwell's after him. Here he comes. Shotgun! 559 hit points in one shot. Wipes out that Cromwell. Unfortunately, we do lose the E25 as well. And there's now nobody in the field to protect Goliath Killer from that Leo and IKV. And he's just received a hit from that M44. 219. He's been ammo racked. He's going to have to move. He needs to get out of there. He needs to head towards the cap area. He can't stay where he is. Here comes the IKV. Oh, he's going to try and shotgun. And he does, and he gets the IKV. But will he be able to protect himself from the Leo? Here comes the Leo. Oh, he's only halfway reloaded. The Leo's going to fill him full of holes in the meanwhile. Ouch. That was harsh. And unfortunately, that was terminal. And unfortunately, we also get this graphic settings warning come up all the time. Which is very annoying, actually. I think Wargaming ought to try and fix that as quickly as they can, because it doesn't go away until the battle starts, or until you're wiped out, or until you change to a different tank. Now he's switched here to the AMX-13F3, who looks slightly different now in HD. That muscle brake looks a little different. In fact, the whole Arty looks very different in HD. Looks much prettier. Actually, much prettier. It looks much more meaty. But that E25 is going to take that AMX-13 apart. Yeah, that was predictable. Basically, all the AMX-13F3 could do under those circumstances was turn into a TD and try and rush the E25 as quickly as he could, and then shotgun him. Because in those circumstances, stopping, aiming and trying to shoot at the E25 is probably not going to work. The E25's got such a fast fire rate, he's going to get you. So the only thing you can do is keep on the move, keep him adjusting his aim. Okay, right now, unfortunately, we've only got two teammates left. Both of them in the enemy cap area, T-3485, and they've got to deal with that E25. He's a full strength, full health, 100%. In fact, he's going to literally rip those two, the T-3485 and the Type 62, apart if they're not careful. And he's got a shot already into that Type 62, who responds with a big hit, but I think the E25 will take him. The E25 is actually receiving fire from the T-34 as well. But he missed on that occasion. Okay, Type 62 is moving forward, but unfortunately T-3485 has gone down because Type 62 stopped firing at the same time. In fact, because the E25 pulled back in one angle, it was difficult for the T-62 or Type 62 to get a shot on the E25. And that effectively made it 1-on-1 instead of 2-on-1. And I suspect that E25 is going around the building and is going to come back at the Type 62 from behind. And I think he's realised that as well. And he's changing direction. He's headed over to this corner. Yep, there he is. There's this. Oh, that's the enemy Arty. The S51. Now, for some reason, he hasn't moved. But the thing is, that F61 will be reporting to the E25 where the Type 62 is. And it's going to make it easy for the E25 to set up an ambush. I'm just waiting for this to happen. It also looks to me like that S51 is also AFK. There's the E25 again. Now, maybe he was trying to double bluff and coming around the other side. But because he's been spotted, we know where he is. We've lost sight of him now. And in chat they're saying kill the Arty first. Well, that will be the smart move under these circumstances, because if he is AFK, then you might as well get him out of the equation. So he's no longer acting as a sentry, a silent sentry. But he's no longer there. He's gone. So he wasn't AFK. Oh no, there he is. He has moved. But he's setting up for an ambush. Oh, painful. Shotgun. And it worked. My gum. He knew that that Type 62 was going to come for him. So he set up a shotgun ambush. And it worked very nicely indeed. So unfortunately, it's a defeat. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, Goliath Killer 1 managed to bruise the medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 10 during that battle. He did get an awful lot of damage done on the enemy. He picked up an arsonist badge because he set fire to the Rudy, which is quite surprising actually, because he shot him, he disappeared from sight, and then he reappeared immediately afterwards. So he obviously set fire to him and it was terminal. He must have done so much damage with that previous shot on the Rudy, the blind shot, that the Rudy had very little health left, and when he set fire to him, that was it. And of course, he picked up a fighter badge because he managed to get at least 4 kills. We can see them there. Now, let's have a look at the team score. Well, team score wise, he came 4th on damage, 1,649 hit points. But he came top on kills with 4. And when it came to base XP, he was 2nd with 528, beaten by the Type 62. He fired 8 rounds, got 4 direct hits, 4 penetration, 2 splash. Damage of 1,649 hit points, of which 687 were at more than 300 meters. So you can see a lot of that was close action. In fact, actually, 2 of the tanks he took out very, very close, the Cromwell and the IKV. And I actually thought that he was going to have difficulty with the IKV, but he actually did it very, very well indeed. He received 3 hits, 3 penetrations, and he also spotted or damaged 5 of the enemy, but killed 4 of them. He also did damage assistance, or stun assistance rather I should say, of 555 hit points off 3 stuns. And on a standard account he earned 20,350 credits. And after repair and ammunition resupply and consumables, he had 3,737 credits left over. He received 528 base XP, and there was no multipliers, so I'm afraid that's all he got. But he did get some nice shotguns in there. He did get some very nice hits in there, actually. All in all, it was a good battle on Paris, and Paris is a difficult map to play at any time on in this game if you're an Arty. So well done for having a good try, and certainly the fact is you did end up with the most kills on your team, so you were certainly putting in maximum effort. It's just a pity that the enemy was able to overcome the others. So, if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in our next video.